Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a lot of different issues. We have a lot of things going on. I swear to you guys, today has been a really controversial day with a lot of crazy things. One of them being CoinMarketCap going absolutely crazy on the XRP topic. They responded today, which I think is very interesting, but you'll see that throughout this video. We also have some additional information on one of the gems I told you guys about. If you remember correctly, there's 3 instances on this channel over the last week or so that I told you guys about one coin that I was going to be buying. And oh boy, they did do good today. So I want to tell you guys about that because it has been crazy. We also have some additional news on the Ripple SEC lawsuit that got pushed, or I should say pulled forward a little bit. It's very interesting. So once more guys, make sure you watch this video all the way through, as we also have a crazy 2500 XRP giveaway going on right now. It is crazy, 2500 XRP. And all you have to do is check the link down below, and then there's multiple different ways in which you can enter. You don't have to use all of them. This is just so anybody that follows me on any platform has a way to enter. And if you want to use multiple different ways, there you go. 15 days left to enter, so make sure you join it right now. A link is down below. And let's dive right into the first topic of the video, which is the cryptocurrency market. To be honest with you, nothing spectacular going on. No crazy pumps, no crazy dumps over in the top 10. I would say the general direction is about -2, -3 or so percent. But really, to be honest with you, not anything much to talk about over on here. What I do have is a question for you all. I've told you throughout this little journey that I do believe that it's more logical for the Bitcoin price to hit 45,000 rather than 35. But I want you guys to comment down below what you think. Are you bullish or are you bearish on the cryptocurrency market right now? Let me know in the comment section down below to have a healthy discussion with some people, right? Talking about healthy discussion. Whew. Oh my days, guys. This is the juice that you've come to my channel for. This is the Jamba juice that you came for. I am not a person who's going to cry about decisions that are made from these bigger companies, or I'm also not a person who cries on that some companies to be canceled or need to think better. I don't really care, to be honest with you. What I do love, though, is a little bit of drama in the crypto community because, well, we provide the news, we provide the most juicy stuff on here, and so I like to see it. CoinMarketCap earlier today made a little bit of a goofy move because what they did was they posted a couple pictures where they basically explained how XRP is centralized. Not that though. They didn't fully explain it. They just said who's the imposter in this little list of good crypto? XRP, because they're a centralized piece of garbage. That's kind of what it came down to. And now, again, that's kind of what I fetched from it, right? Now they're saying, oh, we made a mistake because they deleted it rather quickly. CoinMarketCap does not want to compare merits of any other crypto over the other. And at the end of the day, guys, that's the only thing which I said. If CoinMarketCap pulls out and says, hey, we think XRP is centralized for this reason, you're not going to see me crying about it. You're not going to see me making an issue because it doesn't surprise me. No, it's the fact that they're saying XRP is the odd one out when making a whole list of crypto that might be very well as controversial, that I think is a little bit odd. It's like picking favorites, which is, again, fine with the proper explanation, which wasn't it. And so I'm thinking you're biasing people's investment decision on wrong information, potentially, and I don't think that's the right way to do it. Again, I cannot say they shouldn't. They're a bigger entity than I got, so at the end of the day, if their marketing team thought it was the best choice, most likely there was some merit to it. But now they're explaining that it was a little bit of a mistake and that one of the team members was not familiar enough to do it right, I guess, and they've been schooled on it now, which I guess is nice for the future. At the end of the day, guys, there's a lot of people who agree with whatever they did. Let's not forget that. There's a lot of people who hate XRP, but there's also a lot of people who hate Bitcoin. There's a lot of people who hate crypto as a whole, so it's not surprising that a lot of people are going to hate this specific cryptocurrency. I digress, though. Moon Lambo came in to say, what about all the other stuff you have on your website? It mirrors what your new team member tweeted. Says XRP is centralized. Your site takes it even further, though by editorializing XRP is not as popular as other blockchains, and he plans to correct the false information on your website. Again, two-sided. On the one hand, I'm thinking, man, these guys suck. Why are they doing this? Why are they being so biased? But then I look at the other side thinking, man, is this new? Is this like, am I surprised they're doing this? Absolutely not. This is what CoinMarketCap has done for a long time. Cointelegraph too. So I'm not surprised. And then I'm thinking, is there really a big negative or positive side to them? I keep thinking, no. You know what? if a billionaire comes up now and says XRP is so good or so bad, do I really care about it? Not really. I don't care about these small opinions anymore. Even CoinMarketCap stating the wrong information, it doesn't even faze me anymore. It's not as if I'm like, wow, this is really bad, or this is, if they change it now, that would be really good. I don't care about that. I honestly expect, and I really think you guys feel this too, the people who need to know how XRP works or the XP ledger works, they know, and they don't get their information from a CoinMarketCap. And the people that do read it from there, they might get misinformed a little bit, but hey, it's the people using it, I guess, that should then come up and say, hey, we've been fed the wrong information, we don't like this. At the end of the day, though, if this is their opinion and it turns out to be wrong, and whenever they are instructed on it, they don't change, that's ignorant. If they do stand by their point, which again, in our opinion is wrong, I told you guys before in my previous video, the whole issue of centrality is rather a difficult subject because what exactly defines as centralized or decentralized is very arbitrary. Anybody can have a different opinion on that. And the way they described this article as well, I just think this is written a long time ago by somebody who does not really like XRP, and I think it just needs a little bit of a refurbish, a little update. But it might very well just show their opinion on the matter. Once more, instead of using the XP Ledger consensus protocol, which is more centralized and efficient solution to reduce transaction finality time and transaction cost. Once more, it just depends on your perspective. Is it more centralized? Maybe than something else. What is wrong though is XP is the native crypto of Ripple, a crypto payment system created by Ripple Labs. Again, you cannot say that because it's just purely false in literal sense. But at the end of the day, if they want to misinform the peoples, I'm not going to be the guy saying, stop it, don't do that. If people losing the money because of these guys, yeah, it's up to CoinMarketCap to change it up. And I'm going to say, don't get your information from CoinMarketCap because they've been proven to do it wrong. But again, it's not surprising anymore. It's not surprising. So to not stick with that for the next 5 hours and not complain like a little baby, let's move on to some more important matters. So there was this little change of deadlines for the Ripple lawsuit, and James Finland had a little opinion about it, which I want to share with you guys because it is rather interesting. It's rather long, but it's very interesting. I have a few thoughts on the scheduling order. A couple of weeks ago, I said that I thought briefing would start in July and end in November. That's where Judge Torres ended up, but only because that was the schedule that worked best for the court. Separate schedules were set for the motions challenging experts and for the summary judgment motions. That is important because the 6-month rule, which incents judges to decide motions within 6 months after they are filed, the clock on the rule actually starts ticking 30 days after the motion is filed, so the judges get a 30-day grace period. The 6 months list are published twice a year, on March 31st and September 30th, and only lists motions pending longer than 6 months that are still pending on those dates. There's no real consequence for a judge's name to appear on the 6-month list, but judges generally want to avoid the public shaming, and Judge Torres has not, based on my research, going back to September 30th, 2013, ever been on the 6-month list. The opening expert motion briefs will be filed on July 12, 2022, so we can expect decisions on those on or before the 6-month list is published on March 31st of 2023. And the summary judgment motions will be filed on September 13th of 2022, so those slide past the March 31st 6-month list, allowing for the built-in 30-day grace period. But my prediction is that Judge Torres will decide both the expert motions and the summary judgment motions at the same time on or before March 31st, 2023. That is because she did in the Goldman Sachs case I discussed last week. This is guesswork, but predictions that the case will be decided before the end of the year are respectfully, in my opinion, off the mark now. I just don't see the judge deciding all these motions in 45 days after the last briefs are filed on November 15th of this year, especially with the holidays sandwiched in between. While everyone wants to get things to move faster, it's better for the court to get it right than get it done fast. And the right outcome is worth waiting a few months for, and that is actually a really respectful opinion. Ripple's lawyers have consistently shown that they know what they are doing, so I would sit back, be patient, and watch them work their craft now. And to that, all I can say is, I want to kind of say like, amen, my brother, because he read it right, hit the nail right on the freaking spot. I really fully agree with the way in which he described it now, which is the fact that they're doing things right is way more important than doing things fast. And if a quicker solution would be a more negative solution, I'd rather have the long one and wait a couple months. Another couple things to add is one, We've been waiting for a year and a half. Another couple of months won't hurt, won't bite. Another one is I want to kind of wait for market conditions to pick back up. Another one is, well, because XRP is taking its time, we have time to accumulate. A lot of you guys said, please, Dusty, don't keep shouting out that we could just buy more and stuff because we're done buying. Fair, sure. I will say, though, that we can now focus on some other cryptos while our XRP is kind of waiting it out then. And once more, it is really liberating to have this opportunity to buy in, really with the expectation of getting some crazy gains in the future. Again, I'm keeping it in a low pit, a low fire. XRP is the crypto I'm accumulating the most of, but as I told you guys earlier, there's a couple other things which I'm buying. If you have not done it yet, make sure you check out the link down below for BuyBit. Check it out right freaking now. FBI, open up. That was a little bit too loud, maybe. I'm sorry if I broke your headphones, all right? I'm so sorry. I regret that. I regret doing that. Sorry. Oh, that was not smart. All right, sorry, guys. Oh, that was not smart. What I wanted to say about the whole BuyBit scenario is there was a couple things which I've shown you guys over the last week. There was this crypto which was called Apex. It did 5x or so, I believe. So anything that you bought into, it multiplied by 5 in the near term, which was really easy, really quick, free money basically. I told you guys about my arbitrage strategy, which was to basically buy BidOut a little bit before new tokens are going to be launched and then sell it the day before it launches or so. Right now, however, another launch was announced straight afterwards, which makes the system a little bit easier even because it's less easy to lose money. It's really hard to lose money on trades like that. Again, how it worked was you buy BIT a little bit before it actually is announced on the BuyBit home website like this, before the snapshot starts, when it's announced on Twitter, for example, or the first day. Then you sell your BIT the last day, so before the snapshot actually goes on, because at that point, you usually make some money in that little time period. I'm not going to describe it fully today because I already did it last time. And for most of the cryptos, it does work quite wonderfully. For BidOut, again, remember guys, if you bought it, it was announced the 15th. So you basically could have bought it right here in this candle. And you could have sold it anywhere throughout the next, I would say, week and a half or so. And you would have been fine, except for this day right here, which again is shown by launches coming up on those dates or specific dates for exchange coming up basically. All right, then there's a very, very important little thing I need to show you guys, which is the token. It's called Fame MMA. I've shown it to you guys like a dozen times that I told you, guys, make sure that you check this out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you most likely don't watch all my videos because I've been shouting out to you guys that you should check the crypto out. I'm not saying you should buy it necessarily. I said check it out. Because what this crypto did, guys, take a look, is it went from about 1 cent on this day to about $3. So we were right with our prediction. And again, I did not expect it to do this well, but I told you guys this story earlier today. If you have a $20,000 bankroll, which is a lot of money, you're better off, in my opinion, not financial advice, my own opinion, to try your luck 20 times on a $1,000 bankroll. Just basically try to invest $1,000 20 times and to make that into $1 million, for example, rather than just putting your $20,000 into one project or the $20,000 into a yield-generating protocol. I think you're better off just trying to invest it into these newer gems because usually it does work out quite well, especially if you know what you're doing. And I personally think I know quite well what I'm doing. Again, I'm not trying to advise you. I'm trying to, on what crypto to buy, I'm trying to advise you into a smart way to handle money that is a lot riskier than yield protocols, but has a very high risk to reward ratio. Is this smart? Depends on your own risk profile. If you're really risk averse, no, it's not smart. It doesn't work for everybody. If you're really tight on money, this doesn't work. Don't do it, please. Make sure you are always safe as you can be in that regard, that you're always good enough to eat and have a shelter and stuff. You guys understand my drift, right? I'm mostly talking about people who have some spare money that they would like to try some stuff out with. I always say, the better way to try it out is to have a little bit of a higher risk. Otherwise, it's like the same thing as going for bonds when you have crypto. It's like, well, it's pretty safe, yeah, but it's not really going to make you wealthy. It can if you already have a lot of money or if you are looking at a 60-year period. But if we're talking about short terms, it's not as juicy, right? It's really not as good of a doer for that. All right, couple other pieces just real quick. One thing is that this lawsuit has been going on for a long time, but the investigation has been going on for even longer. And a fun fact is that the SEC is still having a really hard time coming up with all these arguments, even though they've been investigating them for a very long time. Then I want you guys to comment down below as well. This is a really fun one. If you think Gary Gensler is doing a good job, the majority of you guys are saying he's a really big fraudster or misinformation spreader. He should be going to jail and stuff like that. A lot of you guys are saying he's just doing his job and the rest is all corrupted or wrong. I want you guys to comment down below what you think about the matter. I think it's rather interesting to have that discussion. Then Ripple website design goes through extreme makeover featuring Ripple Liquidity Hub. So they're going to do something really crazy to the website. Ripple website just went through an extreme makeover. I didn't check it out just quite yet. We'll do so a little bit later. He posted it today. Yeah, a couple hours ago, which I think is rather interesting. Cool. I need to check that out. Service is aimed at enterprises that wish to buy, sell, or hold crypto, not only XRP, but also other major coins such as Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, and others, which once more shows Ripple is not such an XRP crybaby. No, they're about crypto, not about only XRP. Vechain is a hidden gem, was this article. I think it personally is. I think Vechain is one of the best cryptos out there in terms of actual usage and in terms of what connections they have to the real enterprise world already. HBAR is also on that list, but Vechain is doing a really, really good job, and I keep reminding people of that. U.S. Department of Labor shares grave concerns on Fidelity's Bitcoin retirement move. What this talked about is Fidelity wants to kind of come in and say, hey, you want to retire with crypto? Good, we'll make that happen. And the U.S. Department of Labor is like, you sure about that? We don't think it's really safe, which is understandable from an entity. All right, they're like, well, let's prioritize safety over returns. And so they're saying we can't really count on Bitcoin too much. And it's the way of these things growing, right? It takes time for them to adapt it. And I understand because it's a little bit higher in risk. So I understand. I'm not really troubled by that. It will change in due time. I don't think that's going to be a big problem. And then DAI shared, when you're hearing this jackleg say they've already parked their money, he's luring you in. These people are sick. It's Jim Cramer calling for a 40+% gain on Ethereum. We are screwed. Let's check it out. Now this, if I can. Okay, the reason I made myself big right here is to hopefully have less issues with copyright, which is why, let's go. Let's try this out.
Now this just is like, we're talking money, so it's okay to say, hey, listen, made money. But I think Ethereum is terrific. I'm a believer. And I think that you could easily get 35, 40%. Now, this is...
That's a risky move right there. That is a very risky move right here. Why? Well, a lot of people say the moment he starts saying something like that, better sell your bags. So people are like, well, he said Ethereum is going to pump 40%. Let's sell our tokens. It's going to be scary right now. Because why? Well, if he says that, a lot of people are kind of ignorant, maybe potentially ignorant. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings straight at the bat. And so whenever he says, I think it's going to go up, people start buying in like mad. And then when the price dumps, they're like, why? This guy was a genius, right? I thought he was a good investor. But yeah, usually it's a really bad sign when somebody does something like this. So yeah. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Guys, that was it for today's video, though. I think we covered all the most important parts. Make sure you check out the link down below for BuyBit. Make sure you check out the link down below for our 2,500 XRP giveaway. If this one does well and we get a lot of entries, which would be cool, I'll do another one straight afterwards. So make sure you go ahead and check it out. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.